Hello, hello, Brandy Davison here, a member of the Scrapstorian team, which is a blog that I run with me and my sister and our sister in scrapbooking, and also a design team member with the Wild Hair Kits. Just wanted to walk you through a traveler's notebook that I created to capture a recent trip that I've taken to Scotland with three of my closest friends. Well, one of them is also my sister, to walk the Arran Coastal Way. I created the traveler's notebook using nothing but a few personal items, and absolutely everything else is from the Wild Hair Kits Deluxe kit that I got for August that was hand curated for me based on me asking for things travel, bright, fun, think hiking, think Europe stuff, and Allison over at the Wild Hair Kits did an awesome job as usual, so I thought I'd walk you through that and show it to you. Here's the traveler's notebook itself. The outside cover here is actually from Michael's, just my local Michael's. It's just a Recollections kind of faux leather. You can see there's like foam in there kind of thing. Just for, I think it was $10 or something, but I wanted something blue because Scotland reminds me of blue, especially with the flag, but I also wanted it muted so it looked a little bit kind of travel worn. I did not take this with me. I'm doing this all as I got back. The charm is also a personal item. My mother, when she was younger, used to have this awesome charm bracelet with, there must have been 30 charms on there. And so I've been trying to think of ways to bring those into my life to use them, and the typewriter on the charm bracelet was just perfect for a traveler's notebook for telling the story. So that's where that charm is from, and it makes me really happy. So that's really cool. So without further ado, let's do a walkthrough, shall we? I don't have my actual traveler's notebook secured in here because I wanted to be able to push this to the side so I could show it to you. So here we go. So I'll point out the couple of personal items that are in here, or the items I brought into it. Otherwise, everything else is from the Wild Hair Kits from my deluxe kit. And you'll see just how versatile and how far this went. Like, just so much fun working from just like a kit on your desk and just being creative and not worrying about what matches and what doesn't match, because Allison over at the Wild Hair Kits did it all for me. So I am loving that. That is her superpower. It is not my superpower. I'm just happy to take advantage of it. So really, really happy with it. The actual traveler's notebook that I've used here it's a freckled fawn, just a plain traveler's notebook with cream sheets, no lines. So that's kind of the basis for this. That is something I've added. And the map that's used on here is actually the ordnance map for the Isle of Arran. I've actually just cut it apart to cover 3 traveler's notebooks in the end, but this is the first one that I'm working on. Everything else is coming from the kit. And it included everything from pink fresh to crate paper to simple stories. Yeah, just a really great kit. So here's my cover. Okay. Here is my title page, the Arran Coastal Way, and that is our mighty crew that went on this amazing trip. And it gives the dates and time. Here is my packing list, including a couple things I thought I was going to take and I didn't. I'm regretting all 3 of those, but that's a whole other traveler's notebook story. And then I wanted to be able to have this documented. So for my next trip, I do hike quite often, long distance hikes. So I think this will be hugely helpful. Next page is some tips that either I had thought of that I wanted to use before I went learning from traveling, or that I wanted to make sure I don't forget the next time I do another one, because you definitely get smarter every time you do one of these. So, and as you know, product changes. Next is, it's called Play the Name Game. This is actually from the Backpacker magazine, and it's how when you hike, you get a trail name, and if you don't already have a trail name, it's just a quick and easy one to figure it out. So I'm Brandy Dr. Davison, which is Dr. Boots would be my trail name. So for myself, Brandy, Rosa, Shara, and Cheryl are the crew that I went with. I made sure I noted their trail name, but also in my journaling talked about other trail names that I would give them. So based on our experience and who they were as hikers, and yeah, just really awesome. So here is my sister sent me, or always sends me, but in this case before we left, a care package. And these are the notes that she had included in the care package, and I wanted to write down how much that meant to me. So I've included that in this trip. Next is the birthday present that I received when we got to Scotland, having our breakfast, our tea and scones in the morning, our first day there, and the crew bought me one of those Instax Fujifilm cameras, which was just an amazing prize. So as you can see, I loved it, I used it, and now I'm taking all the pictures and I'm turning them into traveler's notebook. I'll still do traditional scrapbooking, and I'm sure you'll see that on our YouTube channel as well for the big trip pictures, but for any of the Instax photos, I'm using the traveler's notebook. So that's just talking about it. It was my birthday. The reason we went is I turned the old big 4-0, so I wanted to make sure that I had the cards that I got in here as well. And so I just made scrapbook pages with the cards that I got from Rosa and Cheryl, and then I just tucked in the pieces that they wrote on. I cut them out of the inside of the card, so I wouldn't lose those either. Okay. Here is a quick from a magazine about the Isle of Arran, Arran in Scotland that I stole and from one of the tourist little spots, and I pulled out these pages and wanted to be able to document each of our days that we walked around the coast of Arran, and it took us about 120 kilometers all in, and we took it in 6 days because we did the Goatfell Mountain as its own day. So I just put little tabs on those. This is day 1, and again, a picture that I took on the morning of day 1 before we started out, and then I journaled about it, the distance, all of that good stuff. Again, everything in here except for this picture is from my wild hair kits. This is my day 2, all wild hair in here, and this is my experience, how I felt about that day. Day 3, great day, love that picture. And yeah, so just you can see I've gone with like a yellow black on this, and just the versatility of the kit here, and just, oh, so easy to use. And these are rub-ons from the Here and There collection from Crate Paper that were included in the kit, and I love them. I wish I had like 10 packages of them. Here's day 4. I am right there. I am little. But I had a lot to say on this day. It rained, it was torrential, it was a massive storm. So you can see I had to continue on with the same kind of design because there was a lot to be said for this very hard but pretty amazing day on the trail. Here is my day 5. This is another one that I had a bit to say about. This was actually the day we finished the official way. So in here I've also just created a tab, and here's actually a certificate that you get when you complete it. So that's kind of cool. And then on here is a picture of me with that same certificate and my celebration pint with the girls at the Douglas Hotel afterwards. So kind of cool. And then that night we stayed at different places because there's 4 of us and we needed 2 rooms, and one of them was overbooked. So throughout the trip, I was taking wherever there were any business cards and brochures and all that kind of good stuff. So I would have some ephemera to put in a traveler's notebook. So that's where these are from, but the rest here is from the kit. And I just talked about where each of us stayed, kind of thing. And then here is day 6. On day 6, we summited, well, 2 of us did. 2 of us decided to have a pint and a picnic, and I'm really glad. We summited Goatfell Mountain, which is the highest point on the island of Arran, and it was just an awesome day. I got to spend the afternoon with Rosa while the summit punks went up and did the summit. We climbed about halfway, and then yeah, it was nice sunshine. We had a picnic, so that was awesome. So I got to write about that. Very picturesque, hence the cameras. And again, this is all from that same set. And then to finish off the book, I wanted to make sure I put in these pieces. And this was a page document that my sister created, our itinerary for the day and where we were walking to and from. And I didn't want to lose sight of that because she put a lot of work into it. She's the one who did the planning for us. And so I cut it all up, and I, decorated it with these matching pieces from a Pink Fresh set to kind of give it a cool look, the pinks and the yellows. And what I did is by each of the days, I actually just reflected the weather in a sketch and then drew, if you can even recognize what some of these things are. I am not the sketch artist in our family, and kind of pointed out the key highlights of those particular days that would stand out to me if somebody said, what are the 1 or 2 things from, August 30th when you were traveling back to Canada, kind of thing. And then I finished this particular notebook with just my fave picture of the trip, and that's me at the William Wallace Monument. And I just, it's vacation happy, you're just so casual, and so I really, really enjoyed that. So that is the first one that I have done, and that it will sit in this guide here. And as you can see, I have a number of other photos to do to tell the rest of the story, some more details on the day-to-day stuff that may have happened or that triggered me taking these photos, as well as we spent a couple of days in Edinburgh and Stirling Castle, William Wallace Monument, and Glasgow. So that will all come into another couple of traveler's notebooks. And I have just enough map to cover all 3 in the end is what I think I'll end up with. So there you go. That is my first edition of the flip through of my traveler's notebook from a recent trip to Scotland with my besties, using just the contents from my Wild Hairs kit from the deluxe kit for August. Yeah, and out of all that I use, this is what I have left of the entire kit. So you can see that I used all of it and really just enjoyed the easy ability to have everything one kit, all matching. Everything goes together, sitting on my desk, and it was just free play. It was just really quick and easy and allowed me to really focus on the story. So that's me. Thanks so much. Have a good one.